Sul, vi now Fredershay, The Sims, and when last we left off, Danielle went to Studio Town and did some more work, and there she met Keppel. Keppel is the first somebody she's encountered in Studio Town that she gets along with quite well, an ideal candidate for making a friend with star power. Unfortunately, Keppel, as we speak, is still in that same pose that he was in when Danielle left Studio Town, struck by the magic of movies, and probably cursed to never move ever again, at least until we ring him and invite him over. There's a significantly good chance that he'll say yes to that, at least I hope he's going to say yes to that. Otherwise, we're going to have to hope that we encounter Keppel again when Danielle goes to Studio Town next time. But we're not focusing on Samuel and Danielle today. Samuel, by the way, just did what he normally does. He went to work, came home, interacted with Melisande, played the piano, and the stuff that is quite typical for him, all the while working a tiny bit more on his skills. We really want to get him up to maximum cooking. No particular reason at this point, I just want to get him to maximum cooking. Things will happen for Samuel in time, but not right now. Right now, Danielle is the focus as she's scaling Studio Town's ladder of fame. Hopefully she'll get relatively high before, like Samuel, she finds a comfortable position in her career to stop at. But we're not focusing on Samuel and Danielle, we're focusing on Dave, Yvette, Jim, and Roger, and who could forget Dog. As you can see, this building is a little bit different compared to before. The upstairs has been extended significantly to include this room. This is now Dave and Yvette's bedroom. And where the bedroom is, if you look beneath, this is no longer a bedroom. It is now a sort of living area, where they can watch television away from the hustle and bustle of the kitchen dining room. And we're going to need to move these bills. If only so we don't put the food that they're going to prepare here instead. We now have to look at Roger's needs, and oh my, does Roger need some social. So we're going to have him interact with somebody, and he knows everyone in the family quite well indeed, especially Dog. Maybe we'll have him interact with Dog for a little bit. That seems like a good idea. We'll have one interaction there, and another, and hopefully that is going to be enough. Meanwhile, Dave and Yvette are having a conversation, and Jim, you're going to eat those crisps that you took out of the fridge before. And I imagine Cher is very confused right now. Everything's suddenly changed. What is happening here? And so, time continues. And the television could be moved when it was still on. That is something I didn't know. And you've finished eating, which means that we can now move this over here. Because now that we have enough space, I'd like to keep this bowl of food inside. It does make this room a tiny bit more cluttered, but I can deal with it being a little bit more cluttered. That said, I could put it there. That might actually be a better place to put it. If we put it there, that's much better actually. We'll put it there instead. Let's see how much social this Ooh, your grades are already at B. That's pretty good. I don't remember if that was Jim's initial grade, but either way, B is a good start. I think we're going to have you two interact a little bit. There we go. You can jabber. You know what? We're going to have you jabber some. And you're just going to stand there and do not very much. You know what? You're going to go and watch some television. And I'm going to see what this jabber is all about. It seems like this interaction's going quite well. Yes, it is. Marvellous. And there are pluses all round there. And pluses behind them as well, with Carly and Aristotle. Excellent. And Roger there. The social is not going up that quickly, but that's fine. You should watch some television, if only to keep your father company, because he could do with a little bit of social interaction. Now that Roger is a child, we don't need to have one of the adults stay at home, which means that the normal work schedule can resume. You have no energy. You need to go and get some sleep. Never mind, you have just collapsed on the floor. We're going to have to leave you there for a tiny bit so that you can go to bed afterwards. That is the consequence of her having to take care of Roger before. And they're having a great conversation about drums. you need to wake up before your comfort absolutely tanks. That said, it's not really going to make much of a difference, because this bed will more than replenish your comfort. I'd be complaining too if I fell asleep in the middle of the pavement. And yes, you are tired. Don't waste the vital minutes that you have before you collapse again, complaining that you're tired. And Dog has finished interacting with Roger, and that is nowhere near enough social. We're going to have a few more interactions here. We need to get social as high as it can possibly be. And I think one more there. Excellent. And how are you two doing? Your social is a little bit better, but it's taking a fair while to improve. Jim is going, can we change the channel? No. Besides, I kind of broke the satellite. The satellite? Yes, the satellite that directs the television beams to my house. It only shows Yeti Man now. Do you understand how televisions work? No? No, I don't. I have zero mechanical. I haven't a clue. It kind of shows, Dad. Does it? I thought I was a whiz with technology. You're really, really not. She managed to get to bed, which is great because she's going to need to get up eventually. And more social interactions here. It's safe to say that Dog and Roger are going to get on really well. That said, Dog gets on really well with everybody. Absolutely everyone. We are definitely going to need to save a little bit more money so that we can improve upstairs. Having a second bathroom up here might be a good idea, just having a small bathroom here and then a little balcony there. But this corridor is going to be really cramped. How's your social now? It is much better. Excellent. You're going to use this, and then you're going to watch television. And then all of your needs will be taken care of. Unfortunately, because you've only recently become a child, and Jim has had enough of watching that. You could go to bed a little bit, but for now we're just going to have you, you could play fetch with Dog. That seems like a good idea. And by doing this, Roger and Dave will get a little bit of interaction together and get to know each other that much better. Now, are you going to go over there and then Dog's going to follow you? I think that's how that's going to work. Or you have this question mark here because you want to go and relieve yourself. You're going to run over there. And you can't water the plants. I'm just checking to see if that can be done, and it can be done. What you're going to do now, I think, Dave, is you're going to stop doing that, and you're going to water these plants, because I imagine that needs to be done. Are you going to play fetch with me? Are you really good at fetch now? Go get the ball. Get the ball. And he got the ball. That has disappeared, and now reappeared. I'm such a good dog. I can make balls disappear with the power of my mind. And all of your needs are fantastic. Which is bad because you need to go to sleep eventually. You're not going to be going to sleep for a long time, are you, Roger? No, no you are not. And you are the life of the party. When I'm not telling jokes, I'm laughing at them. I've never seen a game I didn't want to play. That's why everyone knows the party is always at my house. That is true, the party is always at this house. It's always terrible because everybody crowds into here for fruitcake, but it's always there. And it wasn't fruitcake, was it? It was chocolate. I'm pretty sure it was chocolate. The fruitcake was Samuel's house, and the fruitcake lasted forever. Time for you to turn off this television. And I've no idea what else you're going to do. You're getting rather tired, so you getting some sleep is a good idea. Your bed is there. And you've nearly finished watering all of these plants. You're going to have to go to bed as well soon. And you really should have watered one of those along the way. Why did you water all of these and then water that one, Dave? That is poor ordering. Are you going to get some food? You are not allowed to get some food, but you managed to get some food anyway. I think it's time for Dave to get some sleep as well. And Roger will enjoy this snack that he got out of the fridge for absolutely nothing. Controlling 4 Sims is a lot more difficult than controlling 3. I know I said that about controlling 3 Sims, but it really is true. It is far harder. And controlling 8 Sims also, that pack of crisps is levitating past his hand. You're going to clean that up, Roger. The bin is right there. Why did you just put it there when you could just walk a tiny pace to put it in the bin? I suppose the answer to that question is laziness, isn't it? Just laziness. You have the whole evening to yourself, Roger, as you're the only person in this household with any significant amount of energy. What are you going to do? You're going to recycle the newspaper. Well, I suppose it saves the household a tiny bit of money. Why not, eh? And then you can recycle this, and I don't know what else you're going to do beyond that. You could clean up, I suppose. That's something you could do. In fact, why don't you do that? You'll then recycle this, and then you'll clean that up. You'll be going to bed soon anyway, just because we want you to roughly get up at about the same time as everyone else. It won't be good if you get up far later than Jim, even though there's going to be a crowding rush for this bathroom. Because they all will need to use it on the morning, and there's only so long that they can have to use it. Only so many hours in the morning, after all. You're going to be getting up in a couple of hours. Your energy is a lot better, so that's not too terrible, and you can make the food in preparation for everybody else getting up. Roger's going to take care of these puddles of urine. And it's a good thing that you became a child before school, because if you'd become a child at around about 4 or 5 o'clock, you'd have pretty much been going straight there. It's like, you are now a child. Here are some school books. See you later. But what? But what's going on? Bye. And then Roger goes to school, but not until tomorrow. You're going to walk all the way here and deal with that one. Are there any other puddles lying around? There aren't any other puddles lying around. You're going to get that one, and then you're going to get some sleep. This is going to be the place where there's going to be a lot of crowding, I get the feeling. We might need to make this a tiny bit bigger, like just extend the wall out by 1. That said, that's going to cost a fair amount of money that we currently don't have. The plan is that we extend the wall out by 1, we make a small bathroom around here, and we have a tiny room for some purpose. I don't quite know what the final bit of this upstairs area is going to be used for. And we've no idea what that is. We never know what that is, except it is very sinister. We need to focus on Yvette here, and we're going to get her up in a tiny bit, maybe about 40 minutes. And time for you to get up. There we go. You're going to serve some breakfast here. Then you're going to use this. Oh no, wait. Don't do that first, because you're serving breakfast. If I make a long list of commands, you'll do the other things after. You'll do the other things, and then you'll eat. We don't want that. So you're going to get up quite quickly, hopefully. There we go. And you're going to prepare some food for everyone else. Your energy is bad, your energy is good, and your energy is roughly the same. So we sent you to bed at about the right time. Good morning, Yvette. How are you? Apart from a little bit tired. That said, your energy isn't too bad. We'll get you in a good schedule in no time. It may take a couple of days, but no time at all, comparatively, compared to how many days you've been doing this for. There we go. It doesn't matter how many Sims you're preparing for. The same amount of stuff from the fridge just blended into a mush is perfectly fine. There we go. And it does smell quite nice. At 5 cooking, it will smell nice. You have 2 bars in the green. It's going to be a lot higher pretty soon. You're putting it over there. I have no idea why you're putting it over there. But if you're going to do that, I might as well move these bills back onto the recycling machine there. I think it's actually the trash compactor. But maybe there's a separate recycling compartment. I highly doubt there's a separate recycling compartment. We're going to get rid of that command, this command, and you're not already up. That is good. You're also not hungry enough that the command was automatically to eat food. Alright. You're just going to eat, and then you're going to use this, and then watch some television. Not a bad idea. We need some money so that we can pay these bills. They're only 450, which isn't that bad. you're going to have to get up in a tiny bit, and you're also going to have to get up. In fact, you two are going to get up right now. There we go. So you're going to grab a plate, and you're also going to grab a plate, and you're going to get up in a little bit. Not right now, and they have matching pajamas. I'm not sure if that's on purpose. I highly doubt the game would do that, but it's an observation. There we go. And nobody in The Sims ever wears slippers. Ever. They just all walk around barefoot. Another observation that I've only just noticed now. I've played The Sims for I don't know how long, and I've only just realised this. And what is Dog up to? Dog is just being Dog. And they're having a little bit of difficulty figuring out which chairs to sit in. You can just sit in that chair. There we go. Much better. And you're going to get up in about 25 minutes. And you're going to be using that. Excellent. Then we're going to have to time you two quite carefully when it comes to using this, because one of you is going to have to deal with fun, while the other one deals with bladder and hygiene. And I think it's time for you to get up now. You've been asleep for way too long, Dave. You're going to grab a plate, and then you're going to use the bathroom and the shower. We really need to have another one of these up here. Because having all 4 Sims need to deal with bladder and hygiene at once, you definitely need to deal with bladder and hygiene. And once again, we're a little too late with Yvette. I really need to get her up far, far earlier. Maybe at like 12 o'clock or 12:30. It's not going to take her long to do that, however, so she will get a little bit of fun before she has to go to work. We can cut her going to work quite fine indeed. And you are up and ready to start the day, Dave. Grab a delicious meal, and then move on. Move on to do what you need to do, which will primarily be dealing with bladder and hygiene. You don't need to deal with fun, and you're not sitting down to eat. We really need to sort that, because there are 4 chairs here, and yet only 2 of them are being used, mainly because of that. We need to put like a something here. Because at the moment that is a little bit puzzling. Why don't I move this here and move this here manually? There we go. We can always move things manually. And you're just walking around for no reason. I've no idea why you're doing that, but you are. I'm going to have you use this right now. And you're going to play tag with Dog. Fair enough. You have plenty of time to do so. Have some fun. It is another way to deal with fun. You've barely started having fun, and now you're going to go to work. We definitely need you to have some fun when you get back. You need to, are you going to collect up all of these? That is surprisingly cleanly of you, considering how little neat that you have. Maybe you're just trying to keep the place from looking too cluttered. Maybe. And Roger has decided, you know what, I'm going to go and have a shower. And so there's nothing for it for Dave. He just has to watch some Yeti Man right now. And I think you, yep, you've stopped playing tag right now. You're going to have to wait for the shower so that you can deal with bladder and hygiene. You can deal with bladder and hygiene in a little bit. Enjoy some early morning cartoons, Dave. Wait, this is totally the wrong way round. It should be Jim and Roger that are enjoying early morning cartoons, not you. Silly Dave. You need to deal with bladder, and then you can go watch some television. And then it will be Jim's turn to deal with bladder and hygiene. They're going to school before Dave is going to work, so it only makes sense for them to deal with it first. And you are apparently done with watching television. Fair enough. Actually, don't turn that off, because you're going to watch some television. There we go. Since nobody else is using this, apparently, you might as well use it. And you might as well, the option to play there is a possibility, but he is watching some television, so you might as well watch some television with him. And after Dave is done here, it'll be your turn. We don't actually have that long for you to do this, I think. Just about an hour or so. Hopefully you'll have enough time. Meanwhile, Dog is being Dog. We need to fill that up at some point. We'll fill this up after Dave has used the shower. The morning routine is going to take a lot longer, but it will be more rewarding when every day is a success. Every day that we manage to do this is another day that we have mastered this routine a tiny bit more. And they're having a conversation. It's a good idea for them to get to know each other that much better. And it really doesn't take them that long to max out fun, does it? No, it does not. It should soon say that the school bus is on its way. There we go, the school bus will arrive in about an hour. It's not specific like it is with adults going to work, because the adults tend not to take the same carpool. Even though I think they still can take the same carpool vehicle, even if they are going to different places. Right, you have done that, so you're going to go over here. And Jim is going to shoo you away, that's fine. And you're a little bit tired, but that was to be expected with how odd your first day of being a child was. The fact that you were up far later than everyone else in the household. And you spent 15 simoleons filling that up, which is fine. And when we come back, folks, we're going to go into the afternoon, where Dave is going to invite Samuel over and see if he'd like to get to know him that much better. Hopefully he will anyway. And then we'll even pay these pesky bills. Maybe. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Dag dag. Yes, dog. Dag dag indeed.